Good morning, Vesta. How are ya? How's everything in your neck of the woods? We have sunshine today. It's cold, but the sun is shining, so we'll take it. Hi, Darlene. How are you? Good morning, everybody. If you're new, please let us know where you're watching from. Hi, Sandy and Becky and Linda. We got a cute little project this morning that I think you're really gonna like. I don't want to give it away, so I'm gonna try and not spill it, because this is like our mystery quilt cards on Thursdays, and I just want to try to not give it away, but I'm terrible. I'm good at keeping secrets that really need to be kept. But when they're fun secrets, oh my goodness, I get so excited. It's like you just want to share, and it's hard. Hi, Mindy. Darlene, it's your second time here. Yay. Thank you for coming back. Hi, Peggy. It's easier for me over here on the computer to, it's kind of scary because it's a touch screen, so I can make things bigger or smaller. And in order for things to be easier to read, I enlarge it, but then I try not to look at myself because I feel like I'm on HD. So anyway, hi, Linda. Two Lindas back to back. Hi, Pamela. It's just so good to have everybody here this morning. So, as you may know, and I'm sure you have heard, the retiring lists for the annual catalog and the mini have been released. I am thinking about doing a live as far as a walk through the catalog. I'm not sure if I'll do it this weekend or maybe wait just a little bit, because the sale price, you can't, they don't retire until April 9th. So we've still got, a couple of weeks. And I know there's a lot of demonstrators doing walkthroughs right now. So I may wait just a little bit. And then that way, if there's anything that is in low inventory, I can let you know and just have a better grasp on it. There's a couple of products that I'm using today that are on the retiring list and are at a really good price. So I'll share the item numbers with you, what the sale price will be in case it's something that you want to add to your list. But I don't know if I'm going to do a walkthrough right away. So it may be a week from now, because we still have a little time before this sale is even going to start. So with that, I am going to turn the camera around. Please say good morning to each other. And I'm just going to rearrange a few things on my desk and we'll get started. Okay, just got to bring a couple of things closer to me. I'm trying to go slow, moving the camera so that I don't make you guys dizzy. And then we just got to flip some things. There we go. I don't want you to have to read anything backwards. Okay, oops, I forgot the host code. Let's put that in there. And let's just move these things. Okay, almost there. Trying to move things so that you don't accidentally see them as they pass across the desk. Oh, goodness. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Hi, Kara. Hi, Peg. Okay, so now... Oh, now I know why it looks so big on I'm going to have to shrink this a little bit on my computer because, boy, it took up the whole screen, and I thought, oh, they can't see. I am like out of the view of the camera here. Okay, let's see. Can I make this? Okay, I think I'm back to normal. Let's just push things up. Once we get started, I'm going to take this out of the way so that I can work a little higher in front of you so that you can see what we're doing. Hi, Karen. Oh, Iowa's gearing up for snowstorms. Hi, Lori. Hi, Sharon. Well, Karen, just, you know, prepare and be safe. You know, those snowstorms can do a number. You know what? I'm going to find my vellum here. I want to get rid of that glare that's up here. Oh, much better. Much better. Okay, so let's get started with our mystery block. That's what we'll call it. We should have it should be Thursday's mystery block. As I said, this is really cute. You may have some ideas with the post I made yesterday because I'm using some googly eyes. If you don't have those, you can punch some circles or draw some eyes if you want. I think I got my eyes at the dollar store. I know I didn't pay very much for them. So, Vesta, yes, that you might know what we're doing. Hi, Stephanie. You didn't get a notification, Stephanie? Do you? Okay. I'm not sure. I know it's somewhere on my page. Maybe where you follow, you can, if you click follow, then you can set your notifications. I would have to look into that. I'm not really sure where that is. So let's get started. This is kind of like a fun fold. Well, it is a fun fold. We have a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. I'm using Blackberry Bliss, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. So 4 1/4 is half of the 8.5. Give this a burnish. It is now time to lose that because I need the room up here to work. Okay, so there's our card base. I have a 4 inch by 5 1/4 inch piece of designer series paper. Instead of using basic white cardstock for the inside, I'm going to use this piece of designer series paper. It's light enough in color that I can stamp on it, and we'll do a little bit of stamping. So I'm going to stamp on it, and then there's, for the front of the card, I've got another 4 inch by 5 1/4 inch piece of designer series paper that's gonna be put on the front, and you notice there's gonna be this nice little border all the way around. We're going to add to the top of this, but I wanted my quilt block to look like it was in the garden. So that's why I used flowers. You could even use some scenery designer series paper if you wanted. This is kind of a whimsical block, but I think if depending on your colors, like if you chose browns and things like this, things like that, you could make it more natural and fit into a scenery paper if that's what you chose. I'm keeping with the colors that are in the Zinnia designer series paper. And yes, I'm using it again. I want to get the most out of it. If I only use it for a week and then put it to the side and come back with something else, I never get to fully play with product. So I'm trying to make them last longer so that I can get a a little more joy and a few more projects out of them. So that will be the front. I'm going to flip it over, and I've got, I don't know if this was in the direction, the post that had the cutting instructions or not, but I like to put something on the back of my cards. So this is a 2 1/8 by 5.5 piece of designer series paper. So I'll put that on the back, and then I will put my button on the back. This is like signing the back of your quilt. Okay, so there's going to be, that will be the button. So that's going to go on the back. I'm just going to put these pieces off to the side because I'm not going to do them right now. Another piece that you needed was a 3 1/4 by 6.5 piece of cardstock. I kept it in Blackberry Bliss, and I scored it in half at 3 1/4. So this is creating another little mini card. So it's 3 1/4 inch square, but you're going to cut your cardstock at 3 1/4 by 6.5. You need to double the 3 1/4. So it's 6.5 scored at 3 1/4. I've got my outside piece, which is 3 inches square. It's going to sit on top like that. And then on the inside, I've got another 3-inch square. It is basic white, and that's what I'm going to do some stamping on. Okay, I forgot this little accent piece. That goes on the inside of the main card. And then we've got 2 squares that I'm going to use the debossed side. One is 1 and, what did I say it was? 7/16. It's 1 line below the 1/2 inch mark. And then I've got a 1-inch square. So we're going to do something with those right now. We're going to bring in our trimmer. Hi, Betty. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. So we're going to bring in our trimmer. We're not going to do anything with the 1-inch. But for this larger square, we're going to make 4 triangles. And when you can get 2 triangles from a square, they're called half square triangles. When you can get 4 triangles from a square, they're quarter square triangles. So that's what we're going to do. They're going to be the same size as if you had done a 1/2 inch or a half square triangle. But by doing it, by cutting 4, we get to work with a larger square. And even though the triangles end up being the same size, if you would have done 2 1-inch half square triangles, this is just, my fingers do better the bigger the piece that I can start with. So that's why I went with this larger square, so that we can get 4 triangles out of it. Okay, so I'm going to lay my square in my paper trimmer with the corners in the cutting track. And because it's a little bigger, I can actually hold the square down. Whoops, you know what I needed to do first? I want to get my blade over the top. I don't want to come into these points with my blade. It could bunch up the paper. So now I'll just put that down, and I am going to cut it in half. Now to get the other 2 triangles, you'll take your piece, you'll turn it so that the long edge can go up to the top of your trimmer. And Stampin' Up's trimmer has these little, I call them bumpers. Now it's part of the design, but they act like bumpers. And so I can keep that flat across the top, and I'm going to put that point right in the cutting track. Okay, I'm going to move my blade so that I can come down. And now I've got 2 of the 4 triangles. I'm going to put that other larger triangle, and I'm going to cut again. So now I've got 4. I got 4 triangles that are the same size as if I had done a 1-inch square and cut them in half. So it's just something I wanted to show you, that you can actually start out working with a larger piece, and it be only 1 piece instead of starting out with 2 smaller squares. Just a little bit of information there for you. If you want to know what size the square should be, let's say you want to cut 4 triangles instead of 2. You need to know what the length of your longest side of that triangle that you need. So this is my point, comes just under the 1.5 inch. So that is what the size of my square needs to be. Because when you put these 4 triangles back together, if you're starting with a square, you'll notice you have to know what the outside diameter is. So that's how I knew to cut a 1 and I think it's 7/16 something. I think it was 7. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it was 1 and 7/16 of a square, and that will give me my 4 triangles. Otherwise, I would have taken 2 1-inch squares, cut them in half diagonally just once, and it would be the same triangle. So if you only need 2 triangles, then all you need to know is how long this outside edge is. If you want 4, you need to know what this long side is, and that will be the size of your square. I hope I understood that right. Hi, Doris. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's keep going. I just thought I would share a little knowledge with you on triangles. Okay, so we've got these 4 triangles and we've got this square. Calling me. I think they hung up. Okay, we're back. I'm sorry about that. I had an incoming call. Let's see if I can get this in. Get this in camera. Can I get it in camera? Let's see. Okay, there we go. So this is a 3-inch square. We're looking at it as a 9 patch because of the pieces that we need. You'll notice that we had this 1-inch square. So what I've got is 3. Each one of our squares is 1 inch. We've got 3, 6, 9. That's how you get a 9 patch. So if you want to make this block that we're doing today bigger or smaller, the size you want needs to be divisible by 3. And then you'll know how to adjust what this square size should be, and then you can go with your triangles from there. Okay? That may have been too much information. I apologize. You know what, Linda? I took 1 year of algebra. I didn't do any geometry. I learned my math through quilting. And I really enjoy it now. So I think that if I went back to school, I might like geometry. But it was not required back when I was in high school. I took 1 year of basic algebra, and in our school, you only needed 1 year of science and 1 year of math, and you were done. So as a freshman, I took algebra, basic algebra, and then I took just biology, and I stopped science and math completely. I was more interested in art and business. So it was like I was done. And I did not enjoy algebra one bit. So here's our 3-inch square. We are going to bring in our pieces, and we're actually going to put our block together with just the pieces that you have here. So let me get my glue. And the pieces I'm going to work with my triangles first. I'm going to put a triangle in the lower left-hand corner with the longest side facing towards the outside of my block. And make sure that you get it down there in the corner. Okay, so there's the first square. Now I'm going to come over to the lower right-hand corner, and I'm going to glue down my second triangle, going in the same direction. Okay, so they're going here in the same direction. Just like that. Now we're going to use a third triangle, and it's going to go in the upper right. And again, let me look at my sample. It's facing the same direction as the two lower triangles. So I'm going to put that point up here at the top. I'm just going to slide it down a little bit. Make sure your point is up there in the corner. And I gave texture to my pieces first because I didn't want any quilting or texture on my base square, the 3-inch square. So that's why I did them ahead of time. And now we're going to use that 1-inch square. It's going to go in the upper left corner, like this. And tell me, what do you see? You're not going to use the other triangle. That's just a backup. What do you see with this shape? I'm just going to wait and see if anybody picks up on what it looks like. I think I am... Okay, I don't think I need to refresh. Yes, Joyce, it's a bunny! So this is a quilt block that I have seen done in the quilting world, but we just did it very easily with triangles in a square and a funny bunny, Sharon says. Oh, an angel or a bird. Wow. Bunny with ears, a bunny head. Yes. So if you were to turn it like this, now I see the angel. Look, these are the angel's wings. This could be her dress. We could put something up there. It does look like a bird in flight. Here's an eagle or something that the wings are out, and this is the body and the... Oh my goodness. I love how you were thinking on that. But it is a bunny head. And as we dress it up, you'll bring that bunny to life. Okay? So, but we're not going to put it on point. It's actually going to stay square like that because this is just going to, it won't fit the design that I came up with. So here we have our bunny head. this actually is a block that I did for barn quilts back in 22 or 23. And let me show you the card, because we actually did it a little differently. It was a totally different process back then when I showed it or taught it. Here's what it looked like back when we did a barn quilt. You'll notice that our triangles and our square are actually, the bunny head is laying on top instead of recessed in the way we just did it. And what this was is this was a square with a triangle taken off. And then we had two rectangles for the ears that we cut off on an angle. And then we built it actually on foundation paper and then trimmed it off and then glued it on top of our base. So here our bunny face is sitting on top of our block. Here it is recessed into our block. Okay, so there's two different ways that you can do it. But I love how things change, the process that we use changes, and I can show you two different ways to do the same block. Okay, so have you noticed I say I say so and okay a lot. I catch myself doing it all the time. For now, we're going to put our bunny head to the side. Well, let's do a little bit of stamping. So and now I'm going to get a chance to show you the stamp set that I'm using and the die that I used. And each of these products are retiring. So on April 9th, you can get the Easter Bunny stamp set. It was $19. You'll be able to get the stamp set for $9.50. This, I believe, is a stamp set that you should have in your stash. It's so cute. Has really nice sentiments. It has a happy Easter, but it's got things like you're a friend like no other. Enjoy all the little moments. There is a punch that goes with this stamp set. It actually will punch out this bunny right here. And that punch is on sale. It's normally $22. It'll be $17.60. So that is one of the sets that is retiring. But I'm using it today and wanted to let you know what the sale price was going to be. The other, the die that I'm using is actually a heart from the die set called Give It a Whirl. What I love about this die set is I got it because of the shapes, not necessarily the mechanism that you can create, but I love the stitched hearts. There's 1, 2, you can cut this little ring off. So there's like 4 different hearts. I love this little medallion in here. But the thing that got me was I have a lot of family and friends who love the boho hippie look. And this circle thing that goes with the Give It a Whirl, the mechanism, if you cut out these 3 pieces right here, it's a peace sign. So my stepson, him and his wife are Grateful Dead followers. I've got the tie-dye stamp, the large stamp. Now I can put a peace sign, and I can make them some really groovy cards that are totally up their alley. So this has some other possibilities than what it was meant for. But the Give It a Whirl dies normally right now are $39. They'll be $19.50 when the sale starts. Super, super price. And you don't have to use it just for that wheel spinning. Like I said, I saw a peace sign when I saw that one die. I didn't see a wheel. I saw a peace sign and immediately thought of my son, his wife, and my hippie friends. So that's why I got that. we're gonna stamp, whoops, this bunny and the Happy Easter sentiment. And I'm gonna stamp them in Blackberry Bliss. So Happy Easter is gonna go on the inside piece. And like I had mentioned, I need to bring this down, you guys, so I can make sure that I'm straight. I had designed this card for the grandkids. And I thought, you know, let's show it. It's crooked. Oh, well, it's a little crooked. That's what I don't, that's why I'm always like so apprehensive to stamp in, you know, in a live, because I can't get it right down in front of me to stamp. If I do, then you can't see what I'm doing. So it's a little crooked, but it'll work. And then on this inside piece, I'm not going to stamp another sentiment just yet, but I am going to take this little bunny and I'm going to put it on an angle like he's coming out of the corner, like that. And then I can add another little sentiment. I'll show you the cards that I did for the grandkids because I changed the layout or the card, how the card bases were, to show you 3 different ideas you can do for this card. So there, I've got those pieces. Now let's put our card base together. I'm going to start with the back. So I am going to start with this. I just heard a noise like somebody's trying to call me again. I guess the rest of the world doesn't know that I go live on Thursday mornings. And it's okay, not everybody gets the memo. But it sure does make us panic when we're doing a live, as if we're going to have to lose everybody and start over again. When you see that freeze, it's like, oh no, I got to start over. There we got our button. Okay, now let's put our piece of Designer Series paper that has our sentiment on it. That on the inside. Close it. Now I'm going to put my garden on the front. Again, we're just trying to leave a nice pretty border all the way around. Now we'll bring in this piece that was at 6.5 by 3 1/4. We scored it in half at 3 1/4. Again, I just want to give that a nice good crease. I'm going to put this little bunny on the inside. He's so cute. I love this stamp set. I think it's one that everybody needs to have in their stash. So bunny's going to go on the inside. And then what I'm going to do with this piece, I am going to glue this to the front. So I've actually got 2 folds on my card. So this little piece here will open like this, and then the card opens like that. And I know it's a shame to cover up some of these zinnias, but I wanted my bunny to look like he was hiding in the garden and that there was pretty flowers around the bunny. So let's just get that centered and straight. Oh, there was one more piece I wanted to add. I had a little extra piece of the designer series paper from when I did the back. I'm just going to add that to the bottom of the inside because it brings in some more color, and I think it makes it look more springy. And I didn't want to throw it away. So that just adds a little bit more. You could even stamp another bunny on the inside if you wanted to. I should have probably, this kind of looks like grass. I guess I should have stamped a bunny there. But I guess I'll just have to make another card if I want to do that. So let's bring in our bunny. And let's finish the bunny. So I'm going to be looking at this line right here. If I brought these two triangles, if I followed that diagonal, I'm going to put his eyes somewhere along that line. Okay, and I already put my googly eyes, and I haven't decided if I want a pink nose or a green nose yet. And that's what the little heart was for. This is going to be the bunny's nose. But I'm just, for right now, going to take the eyes, and I want his eyes kind of close together. So there's the eyes. And then, you know what? I think I'm going to do a pink nose. This is Melon Mambo. Because the other card I did for my granddaughter, I used the Mossy Meadow. And so his nose is going to sit right underneath the eyes like that. And then with my black marker, I'm just going to draw in some whiskers. And now I can glue this down to the front of that little like card in a card. And then all that's left is to embellish. And I haven't decided exactly how I want to embellish this one, but I'll show you the ones that I did for the grandkids. So here's, now you could put a label, you could punch a label and put some words down here if you wanted to. I left my garden, I just added, I'll show you some gems in the garden and some of the little brass dragonflies. And, but what you could do is, I had this bow laying around. You could put a bow in the bunny's ears. Now, naturally, these tails would have to be trimmed up. But you could put a bow in the bunny's ear if you wanted to. You could do a bow tie and put a bow tie down here on the bunny's chin. You could do it like this. So you could put the bow in the bunny's ear. You could put the bow down here at the bottom of their chin. And so when you open the card, this will open like this, and you can have a greeting. And then it opens like this, and you have another greeting. So that is the card that I was creating for the grandkids. And I want to show you two different ways of putting the card together. Okay, so we have this style right here. And then, okay, so this is for the granddaughter, the oldest granddaughter. It's the same card. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a bow on the ear. But notice that I used some gems. Whoops, I think it shows better if I lay it flat. And I put some little tiny dragonflies in the garden. Okay, so we have some cute little bugs in the garden also. So that was for the oldest granddaughter. second to the oldest granddaughter, I did her card a little differently because I didn't want it to be the same. This is not a fun fold. This is just the quilt block laying right. I popped it up on dimensionals. Again, I brought in the brass dragonflies, and I put a dragonfly on the nose. And I did so because when the first time I was working on this, the googly eyes were crossed, and I thought it was because the eyes were trying to see the dragonfly on its nose. Since then, the googly eyes have moved, and he doesn't look so cross-eyed to me. And then brought in some gems and put another little brass dragonfly on the zinnia. And her card just opens like this. But I wanted it to be different and just a solid back with the button. And then for my grandson, this style here is just this flap, and it's only on a quarter sheet of cardstock. So you could, if you did it with just this base here, you could get 4 bases out of 1 sheet of cardstock. He's going to think this is cute, but it doesn't have to be quite as fancy. He's 7 years old. So it just says, to an amazing grandson, Happy Easter. Oh, I wanted to show you the stamp set. Now, this stamp set retired last year, but I pulled my stamps for my grandkids from the stamp set that was called A Grandkid. It said, to an extraordinary granddaughter, here's best grandkid ever, to an amazing grandson. This is the stamp set that I use when I'm making the grandkids their cards. And these are just fun, bright colors that a 7-year-old boy would like. And then on the back, some more bright colors. And again, I just put just a few gems on the bottom. I think this one needs a bow. So we'll make some more bows. Oh, that definitely needs to be put on there. So I'll finish embellishing their cards before I mail them tomorrow for in time for Easter. But I wanted to show you 3 different card layouts with the same bunny on the front. So those are 3 different styles that you can do with your cards. And I hope you like them. I hope that it's something that you would want to do. Again, this quilt pattern here was done with 3 triangles and a square, and the bunny just pops out. So, but take a look at it again, because we did see, when you turn it on point, I see angel wings. I see a bird on a perch getting ready to fly, and so his wings are arched like he's going to take off from the branch. And this could be like a red tail or an eagle. This fanning down here reminds me of their tail feathers. Or this is an angel, and this is her gown. This is the gown here, the angel wings, and you could put a circle up here for the angel's head. So wonderful ideas. I would never have picked up on the angel or the bird, but now I see it. And now this block has so many more possibilities. The angel could be used on a Christmas card. You know, you can just let your imagination run wild from there. So please, if you make this card, please take a picture. Share it over in the private group called Quilt Cards and More. We would love to see what you came up with. You can inspire us. We hope that we inspire you. What different colors you might use. Just would love to see what you come up with. So please share your creations with us. And you're all very welcome. Now, I don't have extra cards of this to send. But if you type bunny in the comments, Then I'm going to go through some past quilt cards that I have made, and I want to send 5 people a quilt card. I don't know what it'll be. I'm going to go through my stash, and I will send 5 people a different quilt card because I don't have extras of these. So, but I still want to send you something. So, just type bunny, and this weekend I'll draw some names and get your addresses if you're a winner and get them mailed out. Thank you, everybody, for spending this morning with me. Again, if you're interested in the punch, or well, the items that are going to be on part of the retiring list, put them on your wish list so that you can grab them April 9th when that sale goes into effect. Okay? Have a blessed day. Jane, how are you? It's so good to see your name on here. Hi, Jasmine. Hi, Terry. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing names flash by that I didn't see before. Hi, Julia. Hey, Kathy. And Diane, Sharon, Patricia, Susan, and Sandy, Sheila, Pam, Cindy, Roxanne. You guys, thanks for spending some time with me. Have a blessed day.